Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel, The Xanadu Chronicles. My name is Frank and today we are continuing on with my green video series. This is part 2 and I'm going to be talking about what practices and products I've been utilizing for my kitchen specifically to help make my home greener, more sustainable, more environmentally friendly, and to lessen my carbon footprint on this world and hopefully do my part to be a good steward of our earth. So let's start. Again, like last time, I have my phone because I got a list of things that I don't want to forget anything. So the first thing I want to talk about is using your dishwasher versus washing by hand. As we all probably know by now, washing by hand utilizes more water, takes more time, and of course more cleaning product to do the same work that it would take for a dishwasher to do with a lot less. So that is the first thing that I want to let you know that you should start doing if you're not already. Most people, I think, are avid dishwasher users, but it actually, for me, took me a while because growing up I didn't have a dishwasher, and even in my 20s and 30s, most of my apartments didn't have dishwashers. So I really didn't actually start using a dishwasher until much later in life when Jim and I set up our homestead. And even then, it took me some time to get used to the idea of actually using one because I didn't trust them. But dishwashing technology has come a long way. They're more efficient. They save on water and product, and again, time. So it really makes a lot more sense. And with that, if you use your dishwasher, please, 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 always try to fill it up, because again, you're washing more dishes in the same amount of time and using less product to do so. So fill up your dishwashers as to their maximums if you can, and yeah, do that. With that, of course, I know that there are some things you have to wash by hand. So if you're going to do that, as I stated in my first video, try to find products that are, of course, biodegradable, environmentally friendly and sustainable, and come from companies that have those beliefs and goals in mind in creating their products as well. And for those of you who have been doing that for a while, you know that Ms. Myers is one of those companies. And so, like I said in my first video, try to buy in bulk sizes so that you don't have as much packaging. And I just decant into a smaller container that I use. But even with this, I am looking and doing some more research because in 2022, my goal is to try to even be more sustainable in the sense that instead of buying a product that still utilizes water as a main ingredient, I have been looking into other forms of detergents for washing your dishes. And for hand washing, there are now bars that you can buy, concentrated bars. That's just like a bar of soap. So you would rub your sponge or whatever on there and use that to clean your dishes if you're doing hand washing. But I've also seen other like super concentrated liquid products that you decant, of course, into a bottle and you add water to make your dishwashing liquid. But I think I'm going to try the bar option out, and I will let you know what I settle on and what I think about it so that you can look into it yourself. But because I primarily try to use my dishwasher, I've also been starting research with that to see what I can replace my liquid dishwashing detergent with. And again, technology has come a long way. There are now biodegradable and eco-friendly options for both pods and tablets. So you're not using those harsh chemicals on your dishes. You're using things that's actually plant-based or, like I said, eco-friendly. And there are also now, just recently on the market, the sheets, the detergent sheets that I'm going to be doing some research on and reading some reviews on to see how well those work in your dishwasher as well. So I'm leaning towards that as my option because, again, there's less packaging. It's easy to store. They come in like a manila envelope sized cardboard container, which after you use all these sheets that dissolve and dispose away, you can compost or recycle the cardboard that it came in. So I'm going to do a little bit more research. I'm really close, but like I said, once I determine what I use or I'm going to use, I will let you know and let you know how it works. So, all right, some more. You know those green things that we scrub with? Well, I've gotten rid of that, and I don't use sponges anymore either, cellulose sponges. I use these scrubbies for those tough pots and pans, and these are made out of coconut fiber, and they cost just a little bit, not even significantly more, but just a little bit more than your green option. So once you get your life out of this, and I use these to their like almost, nothing. You can compost whatever remains and feel good about the fact that you're not throwing plastic into the landfills. So I've been loving these things. So again, coconut fiber scrubbies, and like I said before, I use rags for everything. So I use rags to wash dishes and to wipe my counters, etc., etc. So rags, again, reminder, big on my list. And gentle for your dishes, right? So what's next? Oh, okay. Let's move into a different segment of the kitchen. Your food storage. Now, I've done this, actually, I've been doing this for years now. I got rid of like 99% of my plastic storage containers in exchange for glass containers, which have been serving me well. The glass containers work great because they're dishwasher safe, they're oven safe, they're freezer safe, they're fridge, obviously they're fridge safe, they're microwave safe. So they work great. They come in 1,000,001 different sizes. You can typically get them in sets, and I love them. So that's one thing. Another way that I store my food is, of course, by using these silicone stretchy covers. Now, I bought this years ago, and it's not my preferred method of storing because, if the bowl is way too big, then this doesn't stretch and hold very well. It has to be very close to the size of this. And of course, this came in a set of gradually smaller sizes. But what I found works great for, or using this for, is for vegetables and fruit. Round, like personal watermelons that you cut in half and you don't eat the whole thing. Well, I just slide this over the cut end, stick it in the fridge just like that, and I'm golden. And the smaller ones work great for cut onions or any other kind of fruit or vegetable that are round that have an exposed edge that you don't want to eat necessarily. Just pop it on that silicone in there like that. Done. And how many people actually keep those leftovers in their fridge for a long time? I try to use those things up, relatively soon, within the next day or two. So it's not even in the fridge that long with this. So why not do that? Now, my preferred method is to use these silicone covers. And I've seen square ones now and rectangle ones. So I bought these as a set, and they're, what's great about them is that they store within each other. This handle, the smaller ones fit into each other gradually, so, they all stack together nice and tight and you don't lose them. But what I love about this is, I'm going to use this plate to show you, is that the seal that it creates is really, that's really strong. So I love these, and I probably will end up getting some more of this, probably in the square sizes, shapes and sizes, because I've only got circles right now. But these work great, and I use them all the time. And again, they're microwave safe. I don't think these are oven safe. I can't remember, but I don't use these in the oven anyways. I use them primarily in the microwave and the fridge. So, like I said, they work great. All right? So there's that. There's the other way that I store things, so that, your potato salad in the bowl, you don't have to take it and put it in another container. You just put that on top. Alrighty. Another thing that I don't have the examples of because they're in the freezer holding food is I have started purchasing the reusable sandwich bags made out of silicone as well. They're freezer safe, they're microwave safe, and dishwasher safe. So they work really great. Mine are actually in the freezer, so that's why I didn't pull them out. But I got 2 different sizes, and again, depending on your use, there's a multitude of sizes now. And I think Stasher is one of the main companies that made, one of the first companies that made these reusable silicone sandwich bags. So Definitely look into that if you are a sandwich bag user. I don't use those a lot, but when I do, I use my reusable ones. And then secondly, the market has now, of course, come out with compostable sandwich bags. So if you do use that, please look into the compostable versions or the silicone versions so that you can do your part to save the world. Onward. Okay, with that, stainless steel straws. I've been using these for at least 3 years now. I no longer use any other kind of straw. I don't purchase straws. I don't even, when I go to a restaurant or drive-through, whatever, I actually ask to not get the straw, because even though I know some places are switching to compostable versions, which is fantastic, mostly restaurants, but I still just don't even want to have the plastic straws anymore. So I have several sets of these in various sizes, various shapes, you know, bent, straight, thick, thin. So, you know, if I've got kids coming over or people who like to use straws, I've got plenty on hand, and they're great. They're easy, they're going to last forever, and you know, you can't argue with the benefit that they serve. So there's that. With that, I have also eradicated from my purchasing and my usage paper plates, plastic cups, plastic cutlery, any of that kind of stuff. I completely have stopped using. If I absolutely need to use, for whatever strange reason, something like that, I will buy the compostable versions of those items, so that I can at least feel good about that. But if I'm having a barbecue at home or party, if you've been watching my other videos, you'll know that I have quite a collection of dishes. It's an issue, I know, but I don't care. I love it. But over, gosh, the last 12 years, I've been collecting various dishes, and one of my favorites is milk glass. So I've got milk glass plates, bowls, you know, cups, etc., serving bowls, so that if I am having a party, you know, with a lot of people, I can whip these suckers out, and I've got enough. I think I've got enough for 50, and I don't think I throw those kind of parties anymore anyway. So I have got plenty on hand, and like I said, you know, most of these milk glass you can put in the dishwasher, so you don't even have to worry about hand washing, that kind of stuff. For me, I also have multiple sets of utensils that I can use, stainless steel, as well as, you know, fancier versions. And for the most part, most of those can be thrown in the dishwasher as well. If not, I don't mind washing my hand, because it's worth it to me to not have that plastic waste in the landfills. So let's try to think about ways that you can eradicate those disposable items for more permanent options. Okay? And then finally, 2 more things. Of course, obviously, recycle as much as you can. Make sure you read the labels so that you can recycle those things in your area, because each area has different rules in terms of what they will recycle. In Seattle, we could recycle way more things than we could here or can here in Florida. So just make sure to read the labels so that you are not contaminating your recycling batch by putting something that isn't going to work. Actually, if you go online, most items that have the recycling symbol will also have some sort of notice underneath, or note that lists a website that you can go to find out where it can be recycled if your area does not, your area's recycling program doesn't necessarily take it. Doesn't mean that other places won't. So, for example, I buy bulk bags of chicken breasts and drumsticks, etc., at my local Aldi's, and the bags that they come in are actually recyclable, but not in my regular recycling bin. I have to bring it to, there are several grocery stores that take those type of bags. So I just collect them, and then after I have amassed a certain amount, then I'll just bring them all together as one bulk, you know, recycling thing to one of those stores and drop it off. So it's an extra step, but you know what? It's worth it again to me. And I typically do that kind of stuff when I'm running errands anyway. So it's just one more step that really doesn't add much to my day, but does a lot to help save our world. So the last thing I wanted to talk about is composting. Compost. Now, here in Florida, there isn't a city program for composting, not like we had in Seattle, where we could actually compost everything or anything organic. and even food stains. So paper plate that you eat a pizza, you can toss that in your compost, or a pizza box that has cheese on it, you can toss that in your compost. But we don't have that here in Florida. So I personally compost all of my own green organic matter. I just have one of those compost bins, and my coffee grounds and all that kind of stuff. And my mom does a lot of gardening, so I actually bring it to her, and she uses that for her gardens. But one thing that I just recently did is I invested through an Indiegogo program for an in-home, on-the-counter composter that you can throw your waste in, and with heat and some time, it breaks that down, and right out of the container, you can use it in your garden or your pots and pots for your plants. So that product is called Lomi, and like I said, it was through Indiegogo, and so they are shipping out their first batch of product out to those who initially invested, and so I should be receiving mine this month, and I'm very, very excited about that because I will be able to throw in and compost myself more of those items that I really don't want to throw in the trash, and then utilize them in my yard and my plants. So I'm very excited about that, and again, that was a little bit more of an investment, but for me, I see it as a long-term investment in our earth. So I hope you look into it. Again, that's Lomi, LOMI.com, and maybe you'll get yourself one. But I've also seen others coming out into the market, so you might want to check those out too. And I expect, as with everything else, the more that comes out to the market, the more the prices will come down. So with that, I'm done with my kitchen video. I hope you enjoyed it. And like I said, I've got at least one more video in this green series that I want to share with you. And that will be coming out next week. So until then, you have a great day, guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now. If you haven't seen our previous videos, click on the links and watch away. Please share, like, and most importantly, subscribe to our channel. We'll do our best to keep you entertained and coming back for more. Bye for now.